So taking the knees as wide as is comfortable for you. And then you can take the elbows as wide as the mat. Bring the hands in close to each other. And release the forehead down. And while you're here, centering yourself, taking this time to draw your awareness inward and to give yourself permission to be fully present in this moment of now. Being aware of the points of contact between the body and the earth beneath you. You can set an intention for your practice if you so choose. Just taking 5 more breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth here. And 1 more breath. And then separating your hands so that they're shoulder width apart here. We're going to start to add in some movement. So undulating your spine, inhaling and rising up. Allow the chest and the hips to kind of melt down towards the mat. And then exhale, round back through your spine, bring the hips back to the heels. Inhale, round through your spine, lifting the chest and the hips, allow them to drop forward, maybe even your feet separate a little bit here. And then exhale, round back through, press the hands, feet and knees into the mat, come back into that child's pose. We'll do that 3 more times, inhaling up. And exhaling and rounding it back. We'll do that 1 more time. Good. Exhaling and bringing it back, holding your child's pose down, 3 breaths. Good. Inhale, look forward. So looking towards the top of your mat, we're coming into rising snakes here. So you're keeping your chest and your torso low to the ground. Either let your elbows move back towards your knees or out to the sides, whichever feels more comfortable for your shoulders. Once your chest reaches the level of your hands, press the mat away, round out your spine, look back and come back into child's pose. So it's like you're creeping along your mat. Chest reaches the level of the hands. You press the mat away. Keep your feet connected to the mat to keep your core engaged here. Inhaling as you move forward and exhaling as you move back. Good. I'm going to be here for about another minute, so you can take a rest in child's pose if you need to. You can pick up the pace and move a little bit faster if you like. Just a nice little spinal and wrist and arm, shoulder warm up here. Getting in tune with your breath. Feeling that core engagement. Really making sure that your feet do not leave the mat at any portion. Nice deep, even inhales and exhales. Good. 3 more full breaths here. And last one. You're ending in child's pose, hips to heels. Take the hands back towards the feet and just allow the shoulders to drop down towards the ears. 5 breaths. One more breath. And releasing the hands, bringing them back to either side of the head, pressing yourself up onto all fours here, or some spirals around. You can take some circles. You're inhaling forward and exhaling the hips back. So imagine that you're trying to draw a circle on your mat with your navel. And then changing direction and moving the other way. Good. 4 more breaths here. Good. 1 more breath around. And then coming back to the center, we're going to press up into downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lifting your hips up and towards the back side of your mat here. Keep the knees slightly bent as you lengthen your spine in 2 directions, hugging your triceps in towards your heart. Good. 3 more breaths here. Pressing evenly through the index finger, thumb, and pinky. Good. Dropping your knees back down onto the mat. You'll step your left foot forward into the outside of your left hand. Walk your hands off to the right side of your mat so that you can circle your hips around here. Good. And then change directions, take the hips around and the opposite. Good. Come back to the center. Walk your hands back in and then take your left forearm to the top of the left thigh. Begin to circle that right arm around. Good. Nice big circles to release the shoulder, change directions, and circle the arm the opposite way. Good. Release the right hand down to the inside of the left foot, and then extend the left fingertips up as you come into a nice closed twist here. So right hand is down, left arm is up. You're looking out towards the left side of your mat, or you can look down towards your left foot. Good. Exhale. Plant that left hand down towards the inside of the left foot. Inhale. Take the right fingertips up for a nice open twist here. Keep drawing the right hip forward, left hip back to keep your inner thigh engagement here. And then release that right hand down to the mat. You'll take the left foot now. Slide it towards the back of your mat and over towards the right side of the mat. So now you can inhale and extend the left fingertips up here. You're in a modified side plank. And if you're feeling like you'd like to take this a little bit further, press through your right hand, right shoulder. You can reach the left hand back for the left foot and kick your foot into your hand to come into a bit of a back bend here. So push your foot back into your hand as if you were trying to kick your hand away. Good. Little shoulder release here. There you go. Good. And now release the foot. Extend the leg back behind you for a plank here as you are side plank, or like a half moon pose. So you're extending that left leg out, left fingertips are up towards the ceiling. Keep pressing through the right hand, right shoulder. And now release the left hand down. Step the left foot back up to the outside of that left hand here for lizard pose. So tuck your right toes under, lifting the hips up. So you're pressing evenly through the ball of your right foot. Push your right heel to the back of your mat, but then scissor your inner thighs together here. So draw your right hip forward, left hip back. You're pressing evenly through both hands and both feet. On your next breath in, straighten both of your legs, press the floor away, lift up high on the ball of your right foot, and you're on the heel of your left foot. If you need blocks, you can grab a block and put that underneath of your hands to give you a little bit more lift here. Nice long spine, and then drop it back down into your lizard pose. We'll do that 4 more times. Inhale, lift it up as high as you can. Drop your head down, look back if you like. Inhale, or exhale, sorry, back down. Good, take a nice deep inhale up for 3. Exhale it down. Inhale, take it up, lifting the hips up. And then 1 more time. Exhale. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, drop it back down. Hold that lizard. If you'd like to take it a little bit deeper, you can come down onto your forearms if you like. Lift up through that right kneecap, right thigh. Three breaths. Good. Drop the right knee down to the mat. Step the left knee back to meet the right. Start to circle the hips around here. Inhaling as you move forward and exhaling as you move back. Releasing the hip joints here. Change directions, circle the opposite way. Good, come back to the center. You'll take the right foot, step the right foot out to the outer edge of the right hand and walk your hands off to the left side of the mat. Start to circle the hips around here. And then change direction, circle the opposite way. Just creating lots of space in the pelvis and the hips, the inner thighs. Good, come back to the center. Take the right forearm to the top of the right thigh. Circle the left arm around, creating space in the shoulders and the chest. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can bend that elbow as you draw it back. Notice maybe some extension through the ribs. Good, change direction, circle the arm the opposite way. Inhaling as the arm rises and exhaling as the arm releases down towards the mat. Good, one big breath up. Plant that left hand to the inside of the right foot for a closed twist here. Take the right fingertips up to the ceiling here. Draw your right hip back, left hip forward. Keep that inner thigh engagement so you're still pressing evenly through both of the feet. And now release the right hand down, as you are. You're staying right here. And now we're sweeping that right foot to the back side of the mat here. Extending the right fingertips up. So you're in a side plank here. So the right foot is off to the left side of your mat behind you. Keep pressing through the left wrist, left shoulder. If you'd like to take this a little bit deeper, take that right hand, reach back for the right foot, and kick the foot back into your hand. So you're creating a little mini back bend, mini shoulder opener here. Release the right hand from the right foot, extend the right leg out here. Right fingertips reaching up for a modified half moon. And now taking the right hand back down to the mat, step that right foot back up to the outside of that right hand. Press through your right hand. Inhale, take the left fingertips up. Nice little open twist here. Keep your inner thigh engagement. So you're going the opposite way, Duha. Look the other way. Take your right hand down to the inside of the right foot. Yes. Exhale. Take the left hand down to meet the right. Tuck your back toes under. Lift the back knee for lizard pose. Draw the right hip back, left hip forward. Press evenly through the ball of your back foot and push your heel back. Good. From here, you're going to take that little extension. So inhale, lift your hips up, press the floor away, lift up high on the ball of the back foot, and rise onto the heel of your right foot. Use a block under your hands if you need to. Exhale, sink the hips back down, but keep that back kneecap lifted. Good. Inhale, take it up. And exhale, drop it back down. 3 more. Just moving at your own pace here. Creating lots of space in the hips. One more time. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, take the hips down. Hold it here. Again, you can drop down onto your forearms if you like. Or you can stay up on the hands. One more breath here. And we're going to step it forward into a squat. So take the left foot, step it forward to meet evenly towards the right. If you need a block for a squat, that is perfectly fine. You can take your block and either put it on the highest setting or the lowest setting. You get to decide. Come up onto your fingertips, rise up onto the balls of your feet first for some Kundalini squats. So exhale, bring the hips down. You can always put blocks underneath of your hands if you need to. Inhale, lift the hips up, drop your head down. Exhale, take your hips down, look forward. Your elbows are on the insides of your thighs. Inhale, take it up. And exhale, down. We're going to do 10 more here. You can do these a little bit faster if you like, or you can keep the pace nice and slow. Again, each time, kind of pressing your triceps into your inner thighs and the inner thighs into the triceps to create some more space, and the groin and the adductors, those inner hips. Keep that inhalation up, exhalation down. And you may start to feel your legs burning a little bit here. It's perfectly fine. Two more. And this last one, drop your heels, drop your buttocks down, come into a full squat if you have one. If you don't, take your block and sit your buttocks on your block. Bring your elbows to the inner thighs, pressing the knees outward and the hands to the heart center. So if you don't have a block, you can always come into chair pose if you like. You can sit on a stack of pillows or a stack of books, whatever makes the most sense for you. Five more breaths. Exhale, take the hands down to the mat. Inhale, lifting the hips up, heel toe the feet so that they're hip width apart. Come into your halfway lift and lengthen through the spine, crown of the head and heart reaching forward. Exhale, fold it here, bend your knees deeply, grab opposite elbows, and gently sway from side to side if you like. Let the head and the arms hang nice and heavy, lengthening through the spine. Bend your knees as deeply as you need to take some of that pressure off of the hamstrings. Not pressure, but tension. Two more breaths. Good. Inhale, come back to the center. Bend your knees a little bit deeper. Circle your arms down, around, and up. As you rise to stand, you can take a little mini back bend here. So bend the elbows at 90 degrees cactus the arms, lift the heart. You can lift the chin here, bending your knees as you need to. And then exhale, slowly swan dive it forward, circle the arms down, around, and back. Bend your knees as you need to, dropping the head. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Draw the heart and the crown of the head forward. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat, step your feet back into downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Triceps moving in towards the heart. One more breath. Inhale, look forward, shifting yourself into plank. Drop your knees, your chest and your chin, squeezing the elbows in nice and tight. Take the hands off to the sides of the mat. You're on your fingertips here, drawing your shoulders and your elbows back, pressing the tops of the thighs and the feet into the mat as you lift through your kneecaps. Gently roll your spine up off of the mat, and then allow yourself to mount back down into the mat. So it's a slow undulation of the spine. You're squeezing your buttocks to keep your lower back nice and protected. So lifting through the center of the hand, inhale, peel yourself up, and exhale, melt yourself back down. 3 more. So the hands are slightly in front of the shoulders. The elbows and the shoulders are pressing towards the back side of the mat. 1 more. Release yourself all the way down. Slide the hands back into either side of the chest. Tuck your toes. Press yourself up into downward facing dog. Lengthen that spine in 2 directions. Imagine you're squeezing a block in between your thighs. Two more breaths. Inhale, look towards the top of your mat. Take the left heel up towards the sky. Bend the knee, draw it in towards your chest as you come into a plank pose. Hold it here for a breath, then gently step your foot in between your hands, grab your ankle and draw it forward if you need to. Spin your back heel down for a warrior 2. Good. So your back leg is straight and strong. You're moving that energy towards the outer edge of your right foot. Left knee is in line with the left arm, left fingertips reaching forward, right fingertips reaching back. Nice long line from fingertip to fingertip, and you're looking right at your left middle finger. Good. From here, we're going to come into some nice flowing movements. So circle that right arm forward. Shift your body weight forward as you reach your left fingertips forward, and then shift it back. Good. So circle that right arm forward. Reach forward like you were coming into a side angle pose. Then inhale, open back up into warrior 2. Good. Circle the right arm forward. Lean your torso forward. Extend through extended side angle pose, and then circle back into warrior 2. Good. We have 3 more. Synchronize the breath with the movement. Exhaling as you lean forward and inhaling as you rise. Good. Feel that strength of your left leg as you're pressing evenly through both of your feet. Good. 1 more time. Inhale. Straighten your front leg for triangle pose here. First, we're reaching back, back, back towards the back side of your mat, lengthening through the left side of the body. And then extend, reach it forward. Left fingertips reaching towards the front of your mat. Good. Inhale. Come back up, reach the right fingertips back, lengthen through that left hip flexor. And then exhale, reach the left fingertips forward. Drop the left hand to the left shin or to your block. Turn the right shoulder up towards the ceiling and extend the right fingertips. Triangle pose. Keep that length in the left side of the ribs so you're not collapsing down towards your left leg. Good. Inhale, come back up to standing. Reach the right fingertips back behind you. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen through that left hip flexor. Good. And then come back to the center. You're turning your left toes in here. So if you can't see me, just spin yourself around on your mat so you can face the other way. Good. Make sure that your feet are even here. Inhale, take the arms up, grab onto opposite elbows here. We're gonna take some sunflowers. So it's really nice big circles around, holding on to opposite elbows. You wanna turn your toes in slightly. You can even bend your knees slightly if you need to. So your toes are kind of your little pigeon-toed here. Exhale, bend your knees as you need to. Create lots of space in between each of the ribs and space in those inner thighs, as well as the pelvic floor. We have 2 more circles in this direction. Good, 1 more time. If you're not used to circling around like this, you might get a little dizzy or you might lose your equilibrium. That's fine, you can always just stop. Exhale, change directions, go the opposite way. Good, 4 more. Keep drawing those elbows up and back. Create more space for the breath. Last 3. And 1. Good, inhale, rise. Extend the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take the arms out to the side as you fold forward here, releasing your hands down to either the block or the mat. You can drop the head down, bend the elbows back in between the upper thighs. Allow the weight of your body to move towards the balls of the feet so that you can draw the hips over the heels. 3 more breaths. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. If you need a block, you can take the block and plant the block right in between your feet. Take your right hand right in between your feet and inhale the left fingertips up for a twist here. Again, creating lots of space in the inner thighs, in the chest. You can look out to the left side of the mat or look down at the right hand. If you'd like to add a little bit more of a shoulder opener, you can drop the left hand behind your back and into the crease of your right hip. Keep turning the left shoulder up to the ceiling. Release that bind if you took it. Take the left fingertips back up to the ceiling. And now plant the left hand in between the feet. Inhale, take that twist to the right. Right fingertips reach up here. Again, looking out to the right side of your mat or down towards that left hand. Again, if you'd like to take the bind, you can drop the hand behind your back and into the crease of the left hip. Turning the right shoulder up to the ceiling. Inhale, right fingertips reach up, and exhale them down to the mat. You can take that forward fold one more time here, bending the elbows back in between the upper thighs. Drop the head down. Then inhale, halfway lift here. Take the hands to the hips and rise all the way up. Turn your toes out to the corners of your mat here. Bending into your knees for goddess pose. The elbows bend at 90 degrees. Make sure that the knees are tracking over the toes here. You can shift your hips from side to side if your inner thighs are a little tired here. We're holding for 5. Keep the chest lifted, heart lifted. Tailbone facing towards the back side of your mat. So keep an external rotation of your thighs as if you were trying to roll your thighs towards the back side of your mat. 2 more breaths. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs. We're turning to the right side of your mat now. So turn the right toes towards the right side of your mat. Your left foot is now almost parallel with the back side of your mat. Coming into warrior two here. Bending into your right knee. Take the right fingertips forward, left fingertips back. Same thing on this side. Circle the left arm forward as if you were moving through a side angle pose. Then inhale, lift yourself back up into warrior two. Circle that left arm down, reach the torso forward through side angle pose and back up into warrior two. Good. Continue on. Keep that nice bend in that right knee tracking right over top of the toes. Exhale, reach it forward. Extend through both sides of the waist and inhale back up. Good. We have 3 more. Nice strong legs here. Keep pressing through the outer edge of that left foot. And 1 more. Inhale, rise, straighten your front leg. We're reaching back, 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 back. Left fingertips reach back, lengthen through the right hip flexor, and then exhale, reach forward. Good, 3 more times. Inhale, lengthen through the right hip flexor. Exhale. Good, 1 more time. Reach and extend, and then exhale, reach it forward. Right fingertips to the right shin. Turn the left shoulder up, inhale the fingertips up. Use a block if you need to. You should not be putting pressure on your legs. That's why it's only your fingertips touching. Keep that nice long body through both sides of the waist. Good, inhale, come back up. Reach it back again. Left fingertips reaching back. Inhale, come back to the center. Turn your right toes in. Inhale, take it up. Floating the arms up. Turn your toes in slightly. Exhale, fold it forward. Release the hands and head down. Halfway lift. Lengthen through your spine here. Heel toe your feet into a little bit wider than hip widths apart. We're coming back into another squat. Use a block if you need to. Use pillows underneath of your buttocks. Take the elbows to the insides of the thighs, hands together at the heart. If you're feeling bold today, you can take your right fingertips down to the mat, pressing that right inner thigh back and extending the left arm up here. So you can only do this if you have a full squat without a block. If you're sitting on a block, just stay here. Right, good. Bring the hands back together at the heart, and we're moving over to the opposite side. So if you're in a nice full squat, take the left fingertips out to the left, using your tricep to press that left inner thigh back. Inhale the right fingertips up. Keep creating lots of space in the chest. And then bring it back to the center. Take your fingertips to the mat, lifting your hips up. Heel toe your feet back apart. Inhale, as you were halfway lift. Exhale, take the hands to the hips. Lifting yourself all the way up into a stand. Turn the left toes back towards the front of your mat. Pass through your warrior two, bending into your left knee. Good. Circle that right arm down, around, and forward. So both fingertips rise, and then you can plant the hands on either side of your foot. Step it back into your plank. Lower the knees, squeeze the elbows in nice and tight, taking yourself down to the mat. Inhale through. Bring the fingertips off to the sides of the mat. Lifting yourself up, squeezing your buttocks, lift through the kneecaps, press the thighs and feet down, then exhale, take it down. So you're on your fingertips here, as if you had a little cupcake under the palm of your hand. You're trying not to crush it. 3 more, elbows and shoulders moving back. It's just a gentle lift, not a big one. Big breaths in, and big breaths out. One more time. Exhale, take the forehead back to the mat, and draw the hands into either side of your chest, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Keep those triceps hugging in. Keep the spine long here. So press the mat away with your hands. Keep lifting the pelvis up behind you. Squeeze that imaginary block in between your thighs and your forearms. 2 more breaths. Good. Dropping the knees. Hips to heels, child's pose. 5 breaths. Good. Separate the hands. Inhale. Bring yourself up onto all fours. Bring the knees together and sit your hips to one side of your mat so that you can swing yourself around into a wide-legged seat here. If you tend to roll back on your pelvis, meaning your spine is not long, then you can sit on a blanket or a pillow or even a block to give yourself a little bit more of an anteriorly tilted pelvis, neutral pelvis, so your spine is nice and long. Good. So toes should be pointing up towards the sky. You'll take a deep breath in, the arms come up. Exhale the right hand to the inside of the right leg and extend the left arm over. So you're only going as deep as you can keep both sides of your waist long. So you're not collapsing into the leg. Lift and lengthen here. You can even take this top arm, drape it over the head and bring the hand by the right ear to give yourself a little bit more support for the head and the neck. Try to keep the head in line with the spine, and then draw that left elbow back to create more space between those left ribs. Good. Inhale, bring it back to the center, and then exhale the left hand down to the inside of the left foot, reaching and extending the right arm over. Again, we're not collapsing in the waist, you're lifting and lengthening here. You can use that right hand to support the left side of the head. Turn the right shoulder up towards the sky. Good. Inhale, bring it back to the center. We're going forward. So release the fingertips down to the mat, or you can use a block underneath of the hands. You can come down onto the forearms if you like. You can support the elbows on your block and then rest your head in your hands. Keep your toes and your knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Good, 5 more breaths. Notice the connection between the backs of the thighs, the pelvis, and the earth beneath you. And then whenever you're ready, pressing your palms into either your block or the mat, lifting yourself all the way up, back up to a comfortable seat. Draw your right foot in and take the left foot behind you for a figure 4 here. So this is a really nice hip release. You may not notice that your hips are tight, but they typically are. So you can take the hands to the hips and you're rocking your pelvis forward and backward here. If you tend to have tight hip flexors, you might feel this in the top of the left thigh. All you're doing is rocking your pelvis back and rocking your pelvis forward. It's not a very big movement, but you can definitely feel the difference. You might even feel it in your sacroiliac joints, which are the 2 joints in the top back portion of the pelvis. Good. We'll do that a few more times. And then once you inhale, take yourself back to the center. Take your right hand to the back portion of the right hip. Press your hips forward and take the left arm up and overhead here. So it's a nice little gentle chest opener here, a mini back bend. Press up and out through the right wrist, right shoulder. And then exhale, take the hips down to the mat. Draw that left foot back forward. Bring the soles of the feet together, holding onto your ankles and starting to make some circles here. Good. Change directions and go the other way. Breathing in as you move forward and breathing out as you move back. Good. Come back to the center. Take the left foot in and then move the right foot back. So we're back in that figure 4 on this side. And then again, you can take the hands to the hips, rest them on the knees, rocking the pelvis forward and backward here. Good, I'm gonna do that. Good, and then come back to the center. Take the left hand behind the left hip. Press your hips forward and extend the right arm up and overhead. Keep pressing through the left shoulder, left wrist. Notice what you feel in that right hip flexor, right thigh. Keep that extension, keep pressing the hips forward, squeeze your buttocks here. And then slowly bring the hips back down to the mat. Good. Draw that right ankle forward again. Bring the soles of the feet together. Shoot your legs out in front of you this time so you're making more of a diamond shape. And then you can frame the legs with the hands and then start to fold forward here. If you have a block, you can also take the block in between your legs and bring the forehead or bring the arms down onto the block and then rest the forehead down. So we're going to be here for a few breaths. Good, about 5 more breaths here. And then whenever you're ready, slowly rising up. Bringing the hands to the outsides of the thighs, drawing the thighs together. And then extending your arms out in front of you, soles of the feet on the mat, knees bent, slowly lowering yourself all the way down. Engage through your core. Lying yourself back into Shavasana, extending the right foot by the right side of the right corner of the mat, left heel by the left corner of the mat. Tuck the shoulders under. Palms can be facing up or down. Coming back to your intention. Settling back into the rhythm of your inhales and exhales. Dropping the awareness down to the hips and the thighs. Being aware of any sensations in the hips or the thighs, any sensation of space having been created. And then allow yourself to let go of that. Just being fully aware of the in-breaths and the out-breaths, letting your breath guide you into relaxation. Allow the abdomen to soften on the inhales. And then relax into the exhales. And then whenever you feel ready, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Circling the wrists and the ankles. Stretching the arms and the legs, gently turning your head from side to side. And then making your way onto your side whenever you are ready. Right or left. Using your arms for support, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Bringing the palms together at the heart for 5 breaths. Thumbs gently grazing over the breastbone. Elbows are wide here. And just repeating your intention to yourself 3 times. Breathing life into your intention so that you can take that intention out into the world and allow it to become a part of your reality. softly blinking the eyes open, giving gratitude, blessings, and thanks for this day, for this life. I wish you a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll see you again next week.